I predict a massive uptick in divorce in the near future, and this is what's going to drive it. We are already seeing a huge disconnect between what men think the purpose of marriage is and what women think it is. Women go into marriage hoping for partnership, but they wind up carrying the mental load instead. They're asking over and over again for help with the house, with the kids. He wants someone who can set the emotional tone for the household too. And eventually women look around and they're like, I'm alone in this.
How can we keep relationships together is a question that I ask myself every day when I review some of these videos, because the goal is to keep y'all together.
Jesus spent far more time correcting the people who claimed to represent God than he did criticizing the surrounding culture. A lot of time is spent attacking feminism, wokeness, and liberal ideology for the breakdown of marriage. But if we believe that we have the truth about marriage, shouldn't Christian marriages be the laboratory? Before anyone says it, yes, Christian couples who regularly attend church together tend to divorce less, but that's not the question I'm asking. Are they staying married because they're building healthy, satisfying marriages, or because they feel obligated to stay regardless? Those aren't the same outcome, and people outside the marriage can feel the difference. If Christian marriage is supposed to be good news, shouldn't the marriages themselves be the evidence, secure husbands, peaceful wives, and joyful children? In other words, two partners who genuinely enjoy each other and children who feel it. That's the evidence that sells. So here's my question. If the goal is healthy, lifelong traditional marriages, do the ideas we're currently pushing actually make that outcome more likely? Women are being told, get married and have children young, as if they're the ones responsible for proposing. Don't prioritize education, career, or financial independence. Don't make his income a non-negotiable in dating. Put your career on hold for his. Women are also being told, we should get rid of no-fault divorce, and women shouldn't get half in divorce. One argument is that making it easier for women to leave gives them less incentive to make the marriage work. Okay, fair enough. Let's apply that same logic consistently. If Jesus identified hardness of heart as a root problem in marriage, why are we so confident making it harder for women to leave will solve a problem Jesus said begins in the heart? If many husbands aren't doing the healing and growth work required to keep the marriage healthy when it's easier for her to leave, why are we so confident they'll do that work when it's much harder for her to leave? And in a society where many families are already struggling on two incomes, what exactly are we asking women to do? If we're telling them not to prioritize education, career, or financial independence, if we're telling them to marry potential and not make a man's income a dating requirement, if we're telling them to put their careers on hold, where is the financial stability for the household supposed to come from? Whether we intend to or not, the narrative can begin to communicate. They're not trying to prepare me for a healthy marriage. They're trying to prepare me to stay in an unhealthy one. Then we tell women, be nurturing, but don't prioritize your own happiness. Where's the emotional reservoir required to nurture well supposed to come from? A nervous system stuck in survival mode doesn't become more feminine and more nurturing simply because you command it to. Maybe hyperindependence isn't the disease. Maybe it's a symptom. And if it's a symptom, then attacking the symptom while protecting the disease will never solve the problem.